Scott, 41-man squad for training in Glasgow next week. Tell us about the 5 uncapped players in the squad.
Look, the two younger ones, Jonny Gray and Mark Bennett, we've obviously kept tabs on them. Form this year's been really, really good. Really excited about the prospect of Jonny Gray. I think his work and his endeavour has just been amazing for such a young man, and he's a talent that I haven't seen the like of for a long time. So really, really happy he's earned it. Mark showed glimpses. He showed some really good form for Glasgow in an area that we're not overly strong in depth, and I think it's a good message to send. We're looking. You're not far off. If you're a young kid and you show talent, you've got a skill set, we're going to look at you, and that's a reward for that. And he's been on our radar for some time, or Scotland's radar, well before me. So I think he's a talented kid, so we're glad to have him. Chris, once again, Chris come in and trained with us last year, wasn't far off and had some injuries, and so therefore it was sort of impeded his progress. Happy with his form. He's an out-and-out 7, and we found last year that we struggled to fill the 7 void. We were moving people to it, so we're curious to see once again where he sits, and I'm really glad to have him in. The other two boys, Blair first. Blair's a boy we've kept a little tab on. He was playing 6 and 8 predominantly when he was at his former clubs. He's now moved to 7, that intrigues us now, in the fact his form's good. He's an industrious player. I like the fact that once again we get these injuries at 7 and back row, like kids that can play a multitude of positions. It's how well they can do it. We're about to find out. Kieran's a different kid. He's a different kid in the fact that he can play 6 and 5. We don't have too many of those. He's a tough, abrasive lad, shows good talent, and we're quite excited about his prospects. We've got to find out where he sits, so it's an ideal opportunity for him to come in.
There's a good mix though as well, as you look towards other challenges ahead of experienced players too, because you're going to have to knit the experience and the up and coming to be successful in the future.
There's no doubt. I mean, you'll hear me constantly say we're 24 test matches away from a World Cup. We're going to find our combinations. There'll be constants in our selection coming this autumn, but there'll be also some changes. We've got to find out what combinations can work, how good people are, and how they stand up in different tests. So it's an ideal opportunity for the squad and the players and the coaches to find out what combinations suit us best. So it's a good test.
And looking specifically at the 3 matches in November, Japan, South Africa and Australia, right to be excited about these games? Definitely.
I mean, they're good opposition. They're slightly different, all of them, which is fantastic. Japan's playing great rugby, really excited to have them here, well coached, play rugby their own way. It's fantastic to be part of. They're they're an emerging rugby nation, and they've got their eye on a prize in 2019, and they're developing fast and strong now, and that won't be anything but a great test match. The other two, vastly different, vastly contrasting styles, but we showed that we can stand up against the might of South Africa, whose form, I must say, we must have woken the giant, because I think their form in the championship has been superb, and I think they've shown another string to their bow, and that'll be an exciting test match. And then my old mob, will they come up there, and I think they're progressively getting used to a style. They've got some great players, great athletes, and they'll play a game completely different to the others. So it'll be different, and we'll enjoy the difference, and so should everyone out there.